What's up, guys? Mason here, Cardinal Gaming. As always, appreciate you guys supporting the channel, supporting the store. Today, I want to talk about something I really haven't touched on a whole lot here recently, just because there hasn't been a ton to talk about. Waiting for Brilliant Stars to do its thing. But let's talk about what distributors have been getting in. I actually bought pretty strong this past week or so. I'm just trying to pick up some stuff that we've been low on and some other stuff just for the shop that we just haven't been able to get in stock in a while. So let's talk about what they have in stock, what they're doing, what's happening, maybe a little bit about Brilliant Stars, a little bit. I might touch on it a little bit. We'll see. But um, but yeah, the main thing I'm seeing some restocks and stuff that's just I kind of just get dropped onto my orders, and then uh, they're kind enough to say whether or not I get to accept them or reject them. So that's a different thing than the allocations and things like that. This is just additional product that is being released and going to larger accounts and things like that. So and saying that I'm a large account is kind of not true. I'm a medium sized account, I would say, compared to probably a vast majority. If you take everybody across the whole, I'm probably somewhere in the middle. But uh, yeah, hearing a lot of things of celebration stuff. There was the lunchbox tins that just got dropped again, and this is additional on top of that. Lunchbox tins were that's when they have like the what is it, light toxicity and God, I don't even remember them because I see them so infrequently. The Delta species, Mimikyu. Yeah, I forget what's all in there just because I don't I didn't get a whole lot of them, and then as soon as I got them in, they flew pretty quick. So yeah, I got those that we're releasing. So we're seeing celebration stuff, kind of maybe dump on the tail end here, or maybe it is just maybe just Pokemon just releasing the extras that they have. Hard to know for sure if this is just part of the cycle that they've always planned, or maybe this is all they got left. I don't know. It's hard to know. I would think, and I was pretty confident Celebrations would be around for a while, and it's pretty well stocked. For certain products, things like ETBs, I'm sure, probably we still haven't seen the end of those, possibly. And I've been getting offers and having those dropped in my ticket for a while now, so I've definitely had more of those show up since release. And then things like the Dragapult box and the Charizard, Lance Charizard, and the Dark Sylveon. I've had multiple offers from several different distributors now for those products. So those seem like they're getting maybe again clearing out the warehouse, or making some room for Brilliant Stars. Maybe, I don't know, but it's hard to know because Celebrations was so delayed and weird, and certain products came at certain times. And if you remember, both the lunchbox tins and the Lance Charizard Dark Sylveon boxes, both of those were delayed and hard to find when the release was supposed to happen. And then most places got it actually after they said that it was being released. So again, if these are just more shaken loose from that whole situation, who knows? But like I said, Celebrations is probably going to be still a pretty accessible, I would say. I wouldn't be too worried if you still want to pick up some. And it's selling well enough in my store and online and everywhere else that it seems like that to stop Celebrations right now, even if you had to go back and maybe reprint a little bit, probably wouldn't be a bad idea, just because people just love opening Celebrations. Even though most card singles are not where they initially were, people still want to open it and enjoy the set, and it's still a fun set to open. So that's where Celebrations is at. And that's kind of like the main thing that I'm getting additional offers from at the distributor level. So some other things that have been dropping on, I had at the very beginning of January, Evolving Skies Elite Trainer boxes. Had more of those, and that was fun and always good. And I'll never turn those down. Jeez, those are awesome ETBs and good products just because they look so awesome. So I had more of those Shake Loose, and was offered on those, or offered to take those, which is good. And as far as I've had a lot of people ask, what's the deal with Evolving Skies? What's the deal? Is it getting reprinted? Who knows? My opinion, again, I have no facts for this, is that Evolving Skies is selling incredibly well, continues to sell incredibly well. I think booster box to booster box, I sold the same amount of Fusion Strike booster boxes than I did Evolving Skies booster boxes. So those are both neck and neck. And again, this is months and months and months after Evolving Skies released compared to Fusion Strike. And there's a premium on top of the Evolving Skies booster box, whereas the Fusion Strike box is, just regular pricing for me. So that says something about demand. It says something about what people want to open. And again, every week or so, I sell a couple cases of Evolving Skies, and I am extremely low on supply on it. And I would order more if I could get more, but it's not available. At least not without some finagling, which is another thing I want to talk on, because this is new. A new thing that my main distributor is doing to try to, and this kind of gives you an idea of what they got stock-wise and what they're trying to move through, or trying to incentivize people to take some good stuff and then push bad stuff, or not bad stuff, but slow-moving stuff onto other stores. So let me pull up the email because I want to make sure I get the numbers right, because it's kind of complicated. It's a bundle deal, so you have to buy a certain amount of each set, and then you get that for the price. And this is the only way you're able to get it. You can't separate this. Obviously, this is bundled together to move certain products. And as soon as I tell you the numbers of how much you're getting of each thing, you'll understand what they're trying to push. So I want to show you. So this bundle is $11,000. Pretty big bundle. For even a normal size, like that's 10,000 or 11,000 is a big number for me to take on as just like, yeah, sure, I'm going to throw that in. I'm not ordering that on a whim, So I'm having to think about this a little bit to whether or not it's worth my while. But I'll break it down. I'll show you guys and give you an idea. So in this bundle, you get Rebel Clash booster boxes. Rebel Clashes have been around for a very long time, more than a year, I would say. Since I've seen a booster box available for Rebel Clash, and again, Rebel Clash was historically the worst set of the Sword and Shield block. Still kind of arguably would be as far as like the standard sets goes. But you get 5 of those. 5 of those in this bundle. 5. You can remember this is $11,000. 2 Darkness Ablaze boosters. Darkness Ablaze had another release back in November, December-ish, back when all the stuff released. Vivid Voltage, Darkness Ablaze got boxes pushed as well. So when we were receiving all those boxes of all the past couple sets, and we were getting all of our allocations all at once, Darkness Ablaze and Vivid Voltage were also in those bundles of things that we could buy. So, but there's only two of those of Darkness Ablaze. Whatever. One Vivid Voltage booster box. And again, I have people ask me all the time, what's the deal with Vivid Voltage? I personally think Vivid Voltage is probably done as far as printing. This is probably the last of that is going to exist on the open market, and then everything else is going to have to be secondary market if you want to pick up Vivid Voltage here. I don't see them reprinting it. I don't see why you would, because again, it's just getting to be pretty old. And I would much rather, if they had to go back and choose whether they reprinted Vivid Voltage or Evolving Skies, they would probably definitely pick Evolving Skies over that. So, yeah, a thought on that. 24 Evolving Skies booster boxes. So that's pretty good. That's 4 cases of Evolving Skies. So that's a good amount. And compared to the other things, it's good. That's nice to see that there's some stocks left of Evolving Skies, even as we've seen the price rise higher and higher here recently. Um, and demand is definitely, like I said, it's still very, very strong for Evolving Skies. To see it holding at that price that it is, and then seeing that they are offering 4 cases of it is actually pretty impressive. I'm actually interested in seeing maybe after they get done with this, if there's any more of the scraps left over of Evolving Skies. Um, I don't know if there's going to be more Evolving Skies printed. I would hope so. I think Evolving Skies could pull a, Evolutions and be printed for years and probably still sell relatively well, considering how great the set is. But I don't know. No knowledge on Evolving Skies and if there's anything else. But again, seeing this number compared to everything else is actually pretty good. And then the last booster box is Fusion Strike. And in this bundle, remember there's like 5, 2, 1, and 24 of all the other sets. 108. 108 booster boxes of Fusion Strike on this little bundle deal. And it is at a reduced price, but not by much. And not as low as I've seen other booster boxes sell for. So, to give you an idea of what distribution stocks are currently, do a little stock check here. It looks like distribution is still sitting on a ton of Fusion Strike booster boxes. And yeah, I don't know. I think Fusion Strike is an interesting set. I still think it's the most complicated of all the other sets before that. Even before, Bit of Voltage, Darkness Blaze, Champion's Path, Shining Fate, all that stuff. Nothing confuses me or is more complexing than Fusion Strike and the way that Fusion Strike is being accepted and the amount that's out there and that people just aren't buying it. Some of that could have to do with there's just so much other things to be buying, and people know that maybe this is the last chance to get something like Bit of Voltage or Darkness Ablaze if you see it in a game store or somewhere out there in the wild. That you're going to pick up that first because you're going to see Fusion Strike for probably the next 2 years anyways, potentially. If they're trying to sell this amount, and again, it's the newest set other than Burning Stars coming out in a little bit, that kind of gives you a really stark picture of just how crazy, how much of Fusion Strike they have. It's kind of weird. It's kind of that distribution is trying to fire sell it is interesting. So that's your bundle deal for $11,000. Is a vast majority of Fusion Strike, and then looks like 5 or so cases more of the other couple sets. It's kind of lame. I am going to pass on this deal, but yeah, I think Fusion Strike is getting a bum deal. It's kind of getting talked down, and I think long term people are going to be more forgiving towards Fusion Strike than it is currently. And again, I think if people didn't have all the other options of all the other older sets, that Fusion Strike would still be and be doing very well. I do still, like I said, compared to all the other sets as well, it's right there with Evolving Skies with how many booster boxes we're selling of it. It still sells pretty regular. Single packs sell pretty regularly out of that box, so and out of that set. So I don't like how the set's constructed, but I do like the cards that are in it, and I do like the chase cards, and I do like the playability of all those decks that came out of Fusion Strike, because it's a good set, it's a good playable set, and I think as it ages, it's gonna appreciate and do better in the next 1 or 2 years. It'll be more fondly looked at. So that's where I'm at on Pokemon sets. Brilliant Stars, I've talked about it a little bit already, but in other videos, not now, but The amount that I'm getting is very strong. The amount of ETBs is okay. I don't think we're going to have a huge run up on things like the ETB. Booster boxes have gone up since the kind of like pre-release window has opened up, and that's kind of flatlined now, like right around 130-ish on TCG Player, 125, 130, somewhere in there. So, and that is a very healthy and very strong demand shown for the prices, based on the prices. I think Brilliant Stars is going to perform well, but I don't think we're going to quite hit the Evolving Skies level of, at release, everybody just clamors for it and goes out and just buys it because they want to open it. It is a good set. The card pool that we have to choose from, we don't know the entire set list yet because they're going to pick and choose stuff from the Japanese sets to go into our English set, right? But we'll know that shortly, here in the next, probably a week from now. Heck, I'll probably be doing my 2 booster box opening a week from now. So look out for that. That's going to be fun because I always open up 2 booster boxes as soon as I get them. But, but yeah, Brilliant Stars is going to do very well. It's going to be a very good, strong performing set. And people seem to like and are desiring for it. People are wanting to do stuff like pre-releases and stuff like that. I'm hearing a lot of people asking questions and stuff like that. So that's all good, and that shows that the market is still hungry and still out there and still buying a product and still wanting product and still wanting new stuff and enjoying stuff mid releases. So that's good. I know that some places or some stores are saying that they're not getting a lot of Brilliant Stars, at least on the first wave. That is, I guess, is just another case of the haves and the have-nots as far as distribution accounts, because I'm doing and I got not only all of what I asked for across the 2 waves, but yeah, I think that if I had asked for more, I probably would have got more. So that's an interesting different take based on the size of and how much of sales you do possibly, which is interesting. It's an interesting thing just to keep track of. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna go and hit like 180 a box. Again, we have wave 2 a couple months later in April, they're saying. So we have to get through February, the rest of February and March, and then however long into April that we get it to when we see the wave 2 of it. So that's going to be interesting to see how the market buys up the supply of what's out there for the wave 1, and that'll really dictate what the prices do. I'm interested in seeing what that set and how it unfolds with this kind of like a 2-month wait between waves. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Like I said, it's we'll see how they do it and if Pokemon sticks to it, because as of late, waves were kind of meaningless. They eventually did come, but not in the time frame, as we all know. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at with Pokemon and the release schedule and what things are coming down the pipes from my view. So take that for what you will. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to put out there and kind of talk about where we're at. Let's do a stock check of what's out there. Not a lot is out there other than Celebrations, honestly, for like new stuff that you can just pick up. There is I cannot get any Evolving Skies. I can get Chilling Reign, and I think Battle Styles might be out of stock, not out of print necessarily. I haven't seen anything on that or been told anything about that. I hear people saying some things. I think people are throwing around wrong terms again, but we'll see. Again, I'm just one dude, and I have a limited pool of people that I have to talk to. So my word is definitely not the gospel necessarily, but just giving you guys what it's looking like. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I appreciate you guys again supporting the channel, supporting the store, subscribing, liking me. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one.